When it comes to superpowers, not everyone is blessed with extraordinary abilities. Some mutants, like Glob Herman, drew the short straw with one of the saddest powers of all. His mutant gene made him invisible, but with a unique twist. It only works on his skin, exposing all of his insides. Additionally, his skin is made of a kind of wax or slime, giving his body a rather peculiar shape. This condition has caused him a lot of loneliness, making him an extremely isolated hero, as people see him as a monster. You might think his power has some kind of upside, but it only gets worse. His mutation makes his skin extremely flammable. So his main ability is essentially the power to burn himself alive. He calls himself the Inhuman Torch, trying to see the positive side, but unfortunately he doesn't have a way to extinguish himself. Let's shift from sad to tragic with Craig Hollis, better known as Mr. Immortal. His power, as you may guess, is immortality, but with a cost. Craig feels the pain of every one of his injuries, which has led him down a path of deep depression and even attempts to end his own life multiple times. The most tragic aspect of his power, though, is that his immortality is truly absolute, not like Wolverine's or Deadpool's, whose regeneration could one day come to an end. Once, a cosmic being told him that he is the only one in the multiverse with true immortality. Every other being and cosmic entity will eventually disappear, but he will be the only one who remains in the universe, no matter how powerful others may be. He will be the one with true power, the one who will remain at the end of existence itself. And when the last star in the universe loses its light, he will be the only one to witness this event, living for all eternity, alone and in absolute darkness. Now, onto a superpower so bizarre it might leave you speechless. Meet Dog Welder, the superhero whose gift is to weld puppies onto the faces of his enemies. Originally, Dog Welder was just a regular person, but one day he found a welding kit and thought it would be interesting to use it. In doing so, the welding mask permanently fused to his face. Since then, he has dedicated himself to welding puppies onto the faces of villains. He really doesn't want to do this and feels very bad about it, but he has an unexplained compulsion to weld puppies. Eventually, he realized that he wasn't the only dog welder and that his power was actually a curse that had been inherited for generations. It all started in ancient Egypt when a man welded the head of a wolf onto another man who was sleeping, thus accidentally creating the god Anubis. Anubis, furious, cursed him for what he had done and turned him into the first dog welder in history, destined to weld dead puppies until the end of his days. What do you guys think about these powers? Which one is the worst? Let me know in the comments, and as always, if you click the subscribe button, it will be greatly appreciated.